nice boy on Shlom's side, because everybody else had been a girl, and therefore the question was names and what should we call them, and the convention of giving the name to the girl side, and do we want, etc. When we were going through the name, it was pointed out to me that Shlom's grandfather, Shalom, who had been a Holocaust survivor, his name was Shlomer, who the baby is named after. The Rosh Hashanah of the baby's name and my name combined come to Shemayim, Ben Yosef Michal. When the Satmar Rebbe was in Eretz Yisrael and he knew he was going to have to go back to America in order to be able to pursue, to raise funds for his yeshiva and for them, they were asked a question. They were saying, how can you go back to America? We need you here. We need you to be able to give us guidance. And the Satmar Rebbe answered, he said, if ever you want to look for salvation, if you want to look for Yeshua, every time you see someone from the Holocaust come into shul, morning after morning, and they roll up their sleeve, and when they roll up their sleeve, they see numbers on their arm, and this arm indicates to you all the sorrows they've been through throughout their life. From that you should take salvation. From that it should be an opportunity to bless, to be a bracha for them, in order for you to be able to understand what it is to be able to go through what they went through and to come back. So for Shalom's grandfather for the baby to be named after him, his name, those Rosh Hashanahs are a simon that it's a belief in Shemayim. It's a belief in Kodesh Baruch Hu, it's a Shemayim. It's a belief that this is the next generation that we're moving forward. When I was living in America about 10 years ago, I made plenty of friends out there, and 10 years later it came down, and the person I was friendly with, he decided Yisrael wasn't for him. He decided that he knew, come what may, it was a con, it didn't add up, Kodesh Baruch Hu wasn't one, and it wasn't true. And he decided that when he had a boy, he wasn't going to give the son a bris. And it was on Facebook, there was a whole debate on one of the private pages. How can you, and debate back and forth, yes or no. And I simply said to him, I said, I don't understand. I said, there's a basic level of the Munah B'Tochen that when a baby's born, you give a bris. It's just not a question. You do it. When we were in the hospital, the pediatrician who was talking to us and he was asking us, do you not want to give a circumcision? I said, it's just not a question. It's something that you do. When we were coming to the point where it was the name of the baby and the Rosh Hashanah of his name were pointed out to me, I thought this is Mamash Shirah, proof to us that this was the ongoing movement of the next generation towards Emunah and Kodesh Baruch Hu that we have. It's Erev Pesach. It's Erev that the Jews were freed because of the Damei Milah. That was one of the signs that they were freed. Circumcision, a bris, is an amazing proof to everybody that we are where we are. We're not going anywhere. With all the outside influences of the world, with everyone pressurizing the Jews that we should be this, we should be that, we don't need to be told. We know who we are. We don't have any self-confidence issues. We know what we're doing. We know what else. If you want to join us, welcome. If you don't want to join us, don't join us. We're fine. We don't need to be told by anybody. And it's because we have a Munah B'Tochen and a Kodesh Baruch Hu in Shemayim. And I think the thing we're looking at today is that by having he should grow up to be a fine young man, and hopefully will show him the guy that there towards Torah and Master Tovim. It should be a bracha for a young man who will grow up in a household pointed towards the light of Torah, because that's what we believe in, that's what we're about, and that's the way we're going forward. So, thank you for coming to celebrate us today. And whilst I'm here, I'd like to thank the help to come to meet us today. It meant a lot for me to grow up, for him to come. I'm keen to come from Israel. The Dayan obviously here. This is sort of my sphere of influence, as they say. And I'd also like to thank my father for being the son as well, and everybody who else was involved. And last but very much not least, I couldn't have done any of this on a very practical level without my missus, Thomas, who has infinitely made me a much better person than I was 3 years ago. Oh, mate.
Some way to go still.
And I'd like to thank my parents for, pointing us in the right direction. It should be a time of Mazon and Bracha.
Oh, man.
Something like the favors on me.
Oh, man. Reservations are the best result. Still eating.